motion to excuse Haley.
I'll second.
Yeah.
Would you call the roll for the motion to excuse Haley then?
Oh. This is to excuse Haley. Mr. Brubaugh.
Yes.
Mrs. Clyde.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenstermaker.
Yes.
Mr. Casey.
Yes.
Jeannie.
Yes.
Gil. I mean Mrs. Gil.
That's fine.
I didn't want it. Mrs.
He can say Jean or Mrs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. You have the minutes on pages 1 and 2 and 3 from the last meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from June 9th, 2025.
I'll second.
Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, then would you please call the roll?
Mr. Brubaugh.
Yes.
Mrs. Clyde.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenstermaker.
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Mrs. Gill.
Yes.
All in favor.
Okay. We have several visitors here this evening. Matthew Pierce, All-Star Recreational Manager. And
Yes.
I'll turn the floor over to you.
Oh, thank you. Looks like I might have 3 minutes.
We can extend that.
I appreciate that. There we go. I think I got it connected. So, first off, I'm just going to say I'm not here to try to sell you guys something you don't need. I am here, though, to offer the opportunity to use this software if it'll be beneficial for you. So, All-Star Rec Manager was built basically to help a broad range of different groups. One of them is cities and villages. So the city of Findlay, for example, is using it to manage all their the Parks and Rec stuff. So shelter house reservations, managing bookings of the ice rink, managing all the ball fields in Findlay. And there's other features that this can do as well, but I think those are some of the ones that would be most pertinent to what the village of Macomb would need it to do. I mean, you've got the park there with the shelter houses, ball fields. You got the pool. It can run all of that stuff. It's got its own built-in point of sale, the ability to sell memberships, check people in basically. It can also sell tickets if you have events, for example, that you want to be able to do through here. I think you do a community garage sale every year. So for example, you could set up a registration form and have folks in the community register on there, and then you would be able to export all of those into a spreadsheet, upload it to Google Maps, and be able to create a Google map that shows where all the garage sales are located for the week. I guess in addition to all that, with the registrations, if you were doing a registration, you need people to pay right there. You can do all that through the system. So do you want me to show you any of this? Do you have questions? You want to...
How do they pay? I guess that would be my question. Is it, do
Yeah.
they have to have those fancy phones and do all that? Or?
No. Online, they can just pay with a credit card, debit card. If you do in-person transactions, there is a Square terminal that you can buy, because all the payment process is done through Square. So you can buy a terminal that'll do insert or tap or swipe. You can also receive cash transactions or checks in person.
So you said that there was a point of sale system as part of the thing, so that would be something that we could even set up at the pool to run
Absolutely.
through like their cash register or whatever, right?
Absolutely.
Or the concession stand at the park, that's more personally ran, right? So we wouldn't want that. But if there was something that we as a village would want to,
Yeah, so for example, on the shelter house reservations, you get this page that you could put a link to on your website that would take folks out to be able to see what's available. And if they click on it, then it'll take them over to this form that they can fill out. It's pretty simple. You gotta contact info, and then it'll tell them how much they owe. You can even pass all the credit card fees along to folks, so you don't have to eat those costs if you want to. It's an option in there. It does make it super simple for people to go on and do a booking, and then you have the opportunity to approve it or not approve it if you want, or you can set it to auto approve, whatever you would want to do with it.
So this would allow people to book shelter houses or ball fields when the office isn't open, like any hour of the day?
Absolutely.
And with the point of sales, would you have the ability to separate out, like, you know, if it needs to go towards the village, or if there's like a separate entity that is using the program, like two different programs?
To be able to do that, you can set up different accounting codes in there. So it would all go to one account, basically, but you would have, by the fact that you've set up the different codes, you could run reports to figure out how much goes to each place. Yep.
These are our community partnership friends.
Awesome.
The two ladies on either side of you.
Hi.
Hey.
So they're the ones that handle the cookie festival,
Okay.
the farmers market, hometown Christmas. Yep.
Nice.
So what you're saying though is the money would go into the village and then get separated, it's not.
If the village
We're
were
a
to
separate
purchase the
entity.
software and you were borrowing the use of the software, then yes, and then we would have to split that out to you. Or you could choose maybe to even get it for the partnership in its own, and then it would be your own thing.
Correct. Yeah, there's both options with that. So, the way that the facility management side, I'm going to call it that, side of the software works is that there's basically one fee that you pay on a yearly basis to be able to get access to all the facility stuff. So that would be like reserving the shelter houses, being able to create an events calendar on here, and actually when somebody books a shelter house and you approve it, it automatically creates an event for you. Then with the events, for example, let's say you already know that this particular group's going to use a bunch of ball fields. You can go in and put the events in, it'll auto create an invoice for them essentially out of here that you can send them, and this is how much they owe. So that whole side of it, there's one fee associated with it. There's two options for that. There's a light package and then there's the regular package. I've included a list of the features in the packet there with each. The full package has a ton of extra features. I don't know how much of those you guys would necessarily need. City of Findlay uses a couple of them. And then if you were doing just ticketing stuff, so I guess I'm mainly directing this towards you all. If you're doing just ticketing stuff, that's free to use the ticketing side of the software. There's just a fee associated per ticket that's sold through the system.
What's the fee?
It's 70 cents a ticket.
Okay.
And you can pass all that along to the customer as well. I should say 70 cents plus the processing fees, which Square's fees right now are 2.9% plus 30 cents a transaction.
One of the things that would be, I think, beneficial to talk to for them would be like the cookie festival. That's a big thing that's happening this Saturday, and there's a lot of different pieces they're scheduling, food trucks and other vendors and things like that. So maybe talk a little more about the events planning and what that kind of looks like in setting up a big event like that.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, there are features in here that you could use to have folks register for stuff. So if you've got food trucks coming in, you could have them register so you know who's doing it, kind of streamline that whole process. For a farmer's market, for example, there's forms in here. So again, the ability to set up forms for folks to register with, who's coming. You could ask whatever custom questions you want. What are you selling?
Mm-hmm.
If you charge a fee for something like that with the registration forms, you could also charge that fee on there. Take care of it all for you.
Can you, can you access this on the village? Would you go on the village website to access this?
Yeah. Yeah, so whoever runs the village website would just need to put a link on there to get to the various facets of it. Oops. I'm gonna pop over here for a second so you can see what the city of Findlay's looks like. So here's their event calendar. They've got all sorts of stuff out there on it, and if you hover over any of them, you can see where everything is. You can also run all these filters up here, so if you just wanted to see Flag City Sports Complex and you wanted to see the ice rink, as an example, you could see just that information. It's the same on that resource availability page of being able to run all the filters to see only the information that you're looking for. And
Now, if someone doesn't check the calendar first and they just go into, I know I want to reserve this ice rink, and
Yeah.
they go in there, and they're like, oh, my time's not available, like, that they shouldn't call, right? Because that just means if it's not showing up as an option, then it's already been booked.
correct. Yeah, it'll show you on the resource availability page, for example, on Saturday the 19th. They actually have a lot of the shelters booked at Riverside Park, but there are still a few available that are out there. So yeah, if it's booked, it just doesn't even show up on the calendar.
Is there a training learning curve? Like, is there like a training for users?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there's training included and
Okay.
everything.
Is that limited a certain amount of hours per person or anything?
So what I put in the contract says 8 hours per group, but essentially whatever you need, I will work with you on to train how to use it. Yeah, it's what I hear from everyone that's used it is it's very user friendly, very simple to navigate. It's intuitive, pretty
Okay.
easy to get through and get to where you want to go.
So that's my question. So our partnership can run their own separately, and it just links to theirs. But there's somebody in the village that has to be in charge of all this.
Correct.
Okay, which we kind of already have that for like shelter houses and all that, right?
Yeah, you'd basically have one point person who would
Yeah.
be reaching out
They
to
would
me.
have all of this. Okay.
And this is geared more towards like a facilities idea, not like a programming, right? Like, so if you say like a sports team or something, you wouldn't necessarily use this as getting registrants for your sports team.
It actually can do all that.
Okay.
Yeah, the Findlay Adult Hockey League uses it for exactly that.
Okay.
Stat tracking. Yep. That was actually where I started with it, was building a sports one, and then I
Okay.
added on facilities and ticket packages.
So if the community partnership wanted to have our own,
Yeah.
outside of the village, you said there is no fee, no annual fee for just doing transactions?
If you're just doing ticketing?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not running all the calendars and stuff, there's basically a couple different packages, and that's one of them.
But you would, if we did that, then you would still be doing 70 cents a ticket plus the 2.9%.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be,
They would have to have their own account though, because I don't, maybe I'm wrong, but can we receive money for other people and give it back to them? I don't believe we can do that.
No, I would think you would want to have.
Each group would have to have their own, not run it out of the village. Because we
That
wouldn't
was
be able
kind
to
of my
take in money.
question, yeah.
But you could
for
put the
different-
link
On our website.
website.
It would just go to their bank account, not ours.
Sure, well,
But you have your own,
Yeah,
bank account.
yeah, it wouldn't be able to be, they would have to have their own contract,
Financial.
and we would have our own contract if we do that, we wouldn't be able to be all under one.
Any questions for Matt? We'll all think of some later.
Yeah,
Do we
that's,
have your
that's
contact
perfectly fine.
information?
Yeah, it's on the brochure there, the color page, it's on the back of that, so. Yeah, it's got a phone number, it's got a email address. Let me go grab, do you guys have one, or?
We could use another
form.
copy.
Oh, you do
Yeah,
have
we
it.
could,
Okay.
yeah, we could use.
And I can give them my copy too if they want a second one.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah, I don't have any more in my bag, but
I know how to get a hold of you, so.
you do. Yep.
Thank you
Cool.
for coming out.
I appreciate the opportunity to be here and chat with you all.
How,
Thank you.
upgrades and stuff like that, how's all that work around? Sorry.
Yeah, basically any updates that are made, you all get
Improvements,
access.
just roll in.
Absolutely, yep. It's all cloud-based, so as soon as I post an update, everyone gets to benefit from it.
Okay.
Yes, and that is something, I do make updates pretty regularly as different groups are requesting some things. And that's something else about me with this whole thing is I'm more than happy to talk through potential updates, changing a few things as long as it's not negatively impacting other groups using it.
Right.
Would you entertain the potential for a different type of package that would maybe even be a little less if there's certain 2 or 3 features that a group would be interested in overall, the whole package?
Yeah,
or-
absolutely. Yeah, for example, like a forms package, I don't necessarily have one that handles the forms and the tickets, but.
Yeah, those two I think are definitely at least off the cuff.
Yeah.
Would be most fitting for us.
That's something that, the bug's been in my ear for another group as well about putting a
Yeah.
package together like that, so,
Yeah.
yep, I'll look at
Thank you.
that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for the opportunity to be here and chat with you all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Chuck, you're on.
Oh, hey, everybody. For those who don't know me, I'm Chuck Latta. Thanks for allowing me to be here. I only get 3 minutes, so anyhow.
You actually
it's-
took up your 3 minutes. to
Pardon me?
get done. No.
Yeah, that was quick. Thank you, everybody. As you guys know, I'm on the Northwest Water District Board, and I see petitions going around. It's that time of year for us too. We have, my term is up, and we have a 4-year term. And I've been on the board for however long Kathy's been mayor. I currently am the chairperson for the search committee and the finance committee. But it's a 10-person board. There are 4 municipalities represented. I would be one of the municipalities. There's 4, if I get this right, 3 townships, and then the Wood County Commissioners select 3 board members. So that's what makes up the board. The process is, I have to be nominated by somebody, so I'm here tonight asking you to nominate me. You're not voting for me, that comes later, but anybody that wants to be on it needs to be nominated. I think Kathy probably provided you with my nomination form. Unfortunately, we have to be in, I believe Kathy has a letter, I think next week, for
22nd,
nominations.
if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
so when we meet once a month, this came out a while ago, but let me see if there's anything else on here I'd like to tell you. Yeah, my term's up, yes, yeah, like I say, it's just a nomination. So I'm here asking for your nomination. You can address that later in your meeting if you'd like. If I get nominated, that I would really appreciate that. If not, then I'll go to the next community and see if somebody else will nominate me. While I'm here, I know there was an issue with the algae in the big reservoir. I know that that's been addressed. Greg, I think you got an email back from everybody. And I know I had a citizen that approached me about it as well. And hopefully the resolution is to everybody's satisfaction. So that's it, unless you have any questions for me. Good luck on Sarah and Beth on your nomination. Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck.
Yep.
Committee reports, Mike, PMP from June 17th.
Yes. So, June 17th, 2025, PMP, Jeremy, the chief, was present and gave us a run summary. He stated that in May there was 30 runs, reported that next week the staff would be going through disaster training and will be at the football camp. And then also reported that 2 new employees are in training, one in EMT and the other was
sorry, 2 new employees, one was an EMT and.
EMT and the other's a paramedic.
Okay, thank you, sorry.
That's all right.
Any questions for Mike? PMP? Moving on, fire.
Okay. 6/17/2025 minutes for Northwest Hancock Joint Fire. 10 runs and 2 mutual aid. New member updates. Chad Rader went into inactive for Macomb. He lives north of Baltimore and doesn't have time. And they had a request for Ben Atkins to join. The fire truck was estimated completion was June 27th, and we'll be picking that up July 17th and 18th, 17th through the 18th.
Gonna be in the parade? Possibility, huh?
I would
I don't know,
possi-
cause it's like a 9-hour drive back,
Yeah.
so maybe, maybe not.
Well, they-
Tammy
I
can
would-
escort it,
I would-
come on,
Right?
From Pennsylvania, meet 'em at the line, right?
Right. Well, at least it's not too that bad of a drive, though.
In a fire truck, it might be.
Right.
I do know that they had to have
Yeah.
someone with a CDL because it's in another state, so
Yeah.
they had to have a CDL certified driver.
So other than that, the regular scheduled audits is ongoing, and approval for results is waiting with the supervisor. So that's all I have there.
Thank you. Any old business? Under new business, I sent out a updated concession stand. When the state auditor was here, we did have, Melissa had checked with him, and he reviewed it and thought that since it was not our financial responsibility, we own the building, but we allow others to use it, that if there was ever an issue, it would not come back on the village. So he had asked that we add that one line, the Village of Macomb has no financial responsibility for the concession stands. And I just would like to have that as a motion so that this could be our official new document.
I'll make that motion to accept.
So Jamie, is there a second?
Second that.
Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, then would you please call the roll now?
Mr. Bob?
Yes.
Mrs. Klein?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenstermaker?
Yes.
Mr. Disick?
Yes.
And Mrs. Gill?
Yes.
Any other new business? Okay, council reports, Mike?
None at this time.
Jamie?
Nothing.
Tyler?
We have zoning Wednesday, if we don't have anything else, I have it, but, Wednesday's the third Monday already.
Well, I have something for next month, but I don't have anything for this month.
Okay. I would say we would go ahead and cancel the.
Okay, I'll make sure that goes to the paper, not guarantee that it'll be in it. Anything else, Tyler?
I didn't have anything else, thank you.
Sarah?
I remember there's a cemetery meeting tomorrow night, and to thank Dwayne Turner for his fireworks show at the park this year.
Was it Dwayne?
Dwayne?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, yeah, Dennis is the
Father.
father, dad, father?
Yes.
Is that his, that's his dad?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I didn't know that until just now.
Now you know.
Now I know, that makes sense. That's all I have, thank you.
Okay.
I don't have anything, we did not have a finance meeting last month. I don't think I have anything for this month, but
Do you want a finance Wednesday, or don't think?
if I will next month.
So, yes.
Okay.
busy, it's probably summer vacay.
Yeah, they apologize they couldn't be here. We are still working on trying to get a sixth person. We're also working on trying to get a meeting where all of us meet together and we can get them all updated with the forms and the handbooks for the new members.
Okay, great. Legislative, we do have some things there this evening. Melanie, do you want to read that resolution in, please?
The first one, a resolution authorizing the village administrator to file an application with the Hancock County Park District for financial assistance through the annual Hancock County Grant Program for public record purposes.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2025-04.
Second.
Beth, got it.
Beth got it.
Sorry. Okay.
Beth shut her mouth before.
We haven't finalized the projects that we're going to apply for, but I think this is due September 19th, somewhere in there. So I wanted to get that one taken care of. So would you please call the roll in?
Mr. Brubach?
Yes.
Mrs. Clyde?
Yes.
Ms. Maker?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
And Mrs. Gill?
Yes. And you want to go on to the next ordinance, please?
It is an ordinance establishing amended positions, wages, and fees for the pool and the staff for the 2025 pool season and declaring an emergency.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2025-010.
Second.
And you can call the roll for that, please.
Mr. Brubach?
Yes.
Mrs. Clyde?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenstermaker?
Yes.
Mr. Basic?
Yes.
And Mrs. Gill?
Yes. Now we do second and third reading.
That one's mine, or the last one?
No, we still have to do, pass that motion. That was just to suspend it.
You can just say out loud, second and third reading of ordinance 2025-10.
Suspended?
We suspended the first reading
Okay.
to get us to the point where we could go ahead and approve the second, third.
So for the minutes, if you just state, now I'm doing the second and third reading of 2025-10
Yes.
out loud, that's hyper-technically, that'll get us through that.
Alright. We suspended the first to approve the second and third of 2025-10.
And we have to call the roll again.
And here we go again. We will, Mr. Brubach?
Yes.
Mrs. Clyde?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenstermaker?
Yes.
Mr. Basic?
Yes.
We have to do the next one. Oh, Mrs. Gill?
You need a motion to suspend the rules, and then there should, if she did the second, third reading, should be a motion to adopt.
I'll do the motion to adopt that way we.
I'll second that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mine's a yes too, Val.
Just add that in the record.
Yep.
You second that, Mike?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And then we also have another ordinance, just, Mr. Finer was looking through everything, just a little housekeeping there, since our book does say our fiscal officer lives in the village. We didn't do it for several of you. So would you read that one, please?
An ordinance proving the residency of the fiscal officer, Melanie Lee, outside the village of Macomb, and declaring an emergency.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2025-11.
Second.
Did you second that, Ben?
Yes, I did.
Yep, Beth. Second.
And you can call the roll when you get ready.
Mr. Brubach? Mrs. Clyde?
Yes.
Mrs.
we don't have enough to suspend the rules.
My reasoning, and it is there's enough time, because you have 6 months from your start date, and I don't feel it's necessary of an emergency.
That's fine. So that'll be on next month, then as a second reading. Melanie submitted a fund status on page 8. Is there anything you wanted to share on that?
The only thing, new donations come in from, I had it wrote down.
I think the 900,
You know, we had 1,000 come in from the PTO. PTO and, I don't have it over here. I have it all wrote down. That was in May. Then we had several donations that came in, and do they do anything with them? I mean, as far as send like a thank you out or something?
I usually send a thank you if I know about it.
If you know about it.
The $900, the Spirit Group, is that what they call
The
themselves?
Spirit Group that originally paid for the Panther, they had leftover money and they kept it. So then they put it towards the payment of this one, of repaying it.
So that was $900. Any questions on that fund status? Greg?
Mr. Wyatt. Mr. Grewal.
We don't.
Oh, you don't have to go through?
No, not for
Okay.
that.
You're gonna get it, it's fine. Melanie, right, fine.
It's getting awful warm in here.
You're doing fine.
I just did a couple of these. I did meet with, Nick Leach from, our insurance rep, over our property and liability insurance. He mentioned, that our village is one of the best as far as what we are doing to lower our liability exposure. He was happy as what all we're doing, and there wasn't much, he wanted to see. He would like, which I don't know why all of a sudden, after all these years, but a sign at the playground area, play at your own risk. And there is a step up at the dock, at the reservoir, where the concrete is kind of, he asked if I put a sign there that, so they don't
Step
trip
at your
over.
own risk.
Yeah, watch your step. So I filled out the form, and I'm gonna send that back stating that we would do that. That time of year again for our annual drug training, drug policy training. I got that set up with Spicer and Associates. Haven't got the exact day yet, but we're down to 2. He has to get back with me on that sometime late August or 1st of September. Go down to number 7. Kathy and I did meet with members of an ODOT team and also a team from Kleinfelders. We discussed things about the TAP grant. That's a grant that originally was $2.3 million. We requested, we got $1.25 million. And we were told that we need to use the first of the money for sidewalks from the daycare to the park. And then after that, we could use, there's going to be $700 some left to put that in downtown. But that also is short probably $750,000 to do everything that we wanted to do downtown. So, but that money would not be due until fall of 2028. So I guess we have to figure out between now and then different avenues of resources or what we're gonna do.
It wasn't just all downtown stuff, TAP grant?
They made us, there was also in there for sidewalks to get to the park from the daycare, and that was what they wanted. I don't know why they just didn't fund you for that and not, but I guess we'll take their money, but.
We cut out, we had the sidewalk included as you walk from the four-way stop at Rita Road by that big brick house. We said, okay, we won't do that. There was another piece down on West South Street.
Yeah, we basically cut everything
We
out.
cut all the sidewalk except for the daycare to try to build more money towards the others.
But they wouldn't let us not do anything out there and do everything downtown because we got the grant because of that area out there. So something to think about.
We did walk both sides to look at the areas that had the worst sidewalks. There was discussion whether you do one side and not the other, whether you take a block off, or we just threw a lot of ideas out that day to see where we're at.
This was the one that Pauline or Paulette proposed on or talked on? Is that right?
Yeah, one of them.
I just remember there being a lot of like price options for things, and I thought the one for that we went with was just the downtown. That could be forgetting.
I think
Oh,
we had to.
we had to put in the the abbreviated safety. When that.
Well, that was like a separate grant for all like the lights and the.
But they had some of that included in there. If we didn't get the abbreviated safety, they had some of that included.
We took $212,000 off the top of what the bid was, because we already have that in the other grant. Number 9, this does affect the group that's still with us. It was brought to my attention the other day that electricity in the park, the pool's not affected, but everything in the back of the park is affected. AEP, I got on the phone with them. They guarantee that it'll be done by the festival, but they're installing 1,500 feet of a new line, and they're boring it along the reservoir to get back to the pump house, and that from there it feeds everything else. Today, they actually hit their own line that's there, so now there's no power at all. I went out and talked to the gentleman, and they said by Wednesday it'll be back up and running. I said, well, you better hope so.
Did they call you one before?
It was oopsed, but according to them, the right line was not oopsed. So. But that's what I know on that. The county commissioners contacted us about the recycling site, asked we put more stone and whatnot down there because the weight of that Rumpke truck is making ruts. I did that, and I did ask them if they wanted to ante up some money to make a better base down there and to actually turn the site, remove the one fence and put it on the south side so we can line all the containers up in a line up against the building. And I talked to Jeff Hunniker on that, and he is going to talk with the other commissioners and let me know. Billy brought that idea up on that, so just to give him credit for that. Helms through Casey at Regional Planning reached out. They would like to have that community center, the concrete work and the building up by winter. So, but we're still waiting on an approved print from Wood County.
But we're also waiting on
We're
the
also
letter.
waiting on the letter to be approved for the additional funding to be added into the contract.
Oh, yeah. So, we will keep going with that, I guess. And the 12th thing I put on there was the OPWC. I made a list of streets, we call our alleys lanes. The county engineer asked me to do that a couple years ago, I did. But this is 50% match from OPWC. I have to have this turned in by August 1st. So, those are some of the streets I come up with. Sarah did give me some more that I'll look over, but I usually like to try to ask for 100,000, then we get 50. So it would be 50,000 of our money going towards the project and 50,000 of OPWC. So I will keep working on that and get something turned in by the first.
There's some streets that we're holding off, hoping that we can do some laterals and
Yes.
do a few additional things.
I would love to do Cooper Street and Maple Street and all them, but I don't want to until we can do the laterals of the storm system. I don't want to tear it up again, so just put something new down.
Is there a time frame for the color that, for the building, community center? Did she give you a-
Eric emailed me back
Okay.
today, and Helm's supposed to give us.
They have the
Color
option for
chart.
buildings, I know certain ones cost more, which makes sense, but I didn't know if there was a time, I don't remember if she told me if there was.
I didn't remember seeing the time frame.
I think she just asked us to reach out to Eric and.
So he'd be the one supplying the color options.
Through Helms is what.
Which I think that's where it all started, was Helms got it because they're like, these prices are different, so, okay.
But we'd like to have all that ready to go when the letter comes and the stamp from Wood County so that we're not the one delaying.
So if that comes out before next meeting, I'll just send it out to everybody.
Any other questions for Greg?
Did you, were you gonna bring up your engineer wait till next meeting?
Oh, sorry about that. That was 13 for the park. For the park. If we want to use that for all the options.
No, the durage.
Talk about
Yeah,
that.
sure.
I did get an estimate for field number 1 to do what we did with field number, like we did on field number 2. It was just shy of 23,000. It was 22,962. I didn't know if maybe you guys wanted to put that down as one of our options on our park district grant for that cost.
It would be nice to have a project that we didn't have to do a lot of other things for a change. I mean, we have 3 items that we get to put down, but I think that would be a nice one to have.
Do you need to make a motion? Or do you need to make a motion?
We don't even have the others ready yet.
Okay.
So we can do that in August.
That would be a good idea, I think. That'd be great.
Well, there's one of the 3.
Okay.
We'll count that. Do you want to tell them about it? Show them how it's done? No.
I don't
We
really,
already discussed
I
it
don't really
with
want
Park and
to,
Rec.
but I called Sarah, I don't know what day that was, last Thursday or Friday.
Wednesday.
And, I have tried since January. I've talked to 7 contractors. I thought it was 6, but I listed my list as 7, so I talked to Glenn on the phone, but also 2 people have given me estimates. One was for $12,500, just for labor. I thought that was too much. I was gonna try to do it myself, but I think I had 2 other street people that wasn't really interested in being carpenters, and I'm not putting that on them. I understand that. So I got another estimate, and that was 11/2. He thought he could be here this week, but it has not worked out. So,
But we also have to use Wood County for inspection, so So there's a little more to it. But next week,
Hopefully next week, we'll start the shower.
we did have someone who had rented it originally for Sunday, and they were fine moving to the back one, so.
I guess if anybody asks you, that is,
So,
that's what's going on. My apologies.
I thought we had about 3 or 4 in town that were gonna all kind of go together, and we were gonna pay each of them an amount.
I did do that too. I reached out, another local person just asked if he'd help me.
Yeah.
And I talked to him at a graduation party, thought maybe he could. I followed up with him on that file next Monday, and said he had too much to do.
So, it will get done. Rob?
Yes, Haley and I had some debtors exempt stuff that we conducted here in this past June, and that resulted in 2 recent resolutions of cases, 800 and some change on one and $500 and change on some other. And I chalked it up to Haley and her keeping track of these guys and where she thinks they might be living. And every now and then we get service on them, and that usually brings them to the table to pay up. So that was good news. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when you're getting some of these, you know, a couple times a year to get money back into the village. Kevin and I, or Greg and I have been working on some things over the last month, on and off, concerns that he has that we've been addressing. And I guess the biggest thing also is trying to keep track of things for the villages, and that budget was presented to the governor about cutting inside millage, and those opportunities have failed. He vetoed that, so that's out, we're back on track. So.
But it's raising its ugly head again.
Yeah, well, I just think there's a lot of pushback from the Ohio Municipal Attorneys Associations. There's a lot of big associations that are fighting that. Other than that, it's quiet, other than a few phone calls from the mayor and Greg here and there, and we get those things taken care of, so we're in good shape as far as I know right now.
Any questions for Rob?
On the gas collection, because I know the Hearthside situation, where are we at?
Oh, the bankruptcy?
Yeah.
I did, you're right, the mayor asked me about that. I did get a hold of bankruptcy attorney Bill Scope, and he says as part of their master plan, there ought to be that payment out there. I don't know if it's something that they can chip away at. He wasn't sure because he's not reading it for me. It's a huge, long document, but as I had mentioned to the mayor before, I don't think they're allowed to skip out on their utility bills. That was $3,000 and
Almost 4.
Well,
yeah.
If the gas is almost at
The gas, they were including penalties, but I would be happy if we just got our total
What was
gas
actually
output, what we pay.
Yeah, according to him, they're not able to walk away from that, as they might be paying for a trash service or something like that from a private contractor for municipality. Because you got to understand, this isn't just Hearthside here. This is, I didn't realize how many places there are. That it should still be. But that's something that we ought to be seeing down the road. Hopefully we get it. And if we do, I guess let me know.
I will.
But, yeah, I don't, he said they're not able to skate on a utility like that to a city, village, municipality.
Good to know. Okay, Chief, you had a busy week.
Yes. So I had 4 incidences and 133 calls for service and 4 accidents. They were non-injury accidents. Most of them at Hearthside. I did my Tyler training last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. My brain was fried, but we are up and running for the most part. There's a little glitch in the pad in the car, but they're working on that right now, so that should be going any day. But I've done some reports on there, so.
How is it?
It's okay.
It's new.
It's new, yeah.
It's a change, right?
It's gonna take a little bit. It's a lot, there's a lot there right now, and since I'm not a big IT person, it's a lot for me, so. but I'm getting there. A big thank you to Mark Price, and Mark's gonna be kind of my go-to person from the sheriff's office, and he's there for me if I need it. He said he'd come over whenever, and he was here all week, last week too, so he was a huge help. 2 months ago, I made a call to Douglas Cade from the engineer's office to do a traffic study here in town because we were getting so many complaints about speeders and people running stop signs, things like that. So they finally did do it. They did it on, well, they did different streets. So like Main Street, all the way to Church Street. They did June 24th and 25th. Posted speed limits 35. Average speed was 30. 1% of those vehicles exceeded over 10 miles per hour. So the speed is not as bad as what we thought.
Which way does it measure from Church Street to Main Street?
It measures both ways. It goes across the road, so it will hit it both ways.
So they give you a count too, traffic study?
Yep, they sure did. So, total vehicles observed 2,514. Annual daily was 2,328. Peak time for violations would be from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. But there was, like I said, it was like 1%.
Did it measure it all the way down to here or just in that one spot?
From Main Street.
Was it just the strip they put over in the road? So they only measure it in one spot, theoretically.
Right, with the traffic, like, yeah, they're just coming in the village.
So that's just a snapshot of where they're going right there then. They could be speeding up and down the road in other spots that you don't know about.
Well,
Like, you know what I
possibly.
mean?
I mean, they can't.
Because I see people just ripping through this end of town the most.
They did more than one spot.
But yeah,
She's got several.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
they've done different spots, yeah.
But one on Main Street is what I'm hearing.
Main Street between Church Street and Center Street.
Yeah, so there was.
One spot
So-
between there.
That was that one spot.
Yes.
One spot on
Yes.
Main Street.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, I just don't know if that's good data. Just make a statement.
Well, I'm just trying to give everybody ideas
Yep.
to what we're looking at and
Right.
what they're saying.
Yeah.
How bad the speeding and stuff is. I mean, I know it's here.
It was a 24-hour period, right?
Yes. Oliver Street between Liberty and Pearl, we get a lot of complaints on Oliver Street. 25 miles, it's 25 posted, average speed was 27. 3% of those vehicles were going faster.
Did they choose where to put the things, or was it up
Yeah,
to their discretion?
No, they choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many cars were on that one? The count?
914, annual daily is 814.
Same day?
No, June 25th and 26th. Violation peak times were between 2 and 6. And then we've got Park Street between Bon and Preble and South Street. 35 miles per hour is posted, 33 was average. 1% was this, more than the speed limit. We had 4,974. Annual average was 4,309. No, Park.
Park, okay.
Yes,
got it.
between
Okay.
Bon and South
Okay,
is where it
gotcha.
was
Oh, of course,
hit at.
yeah.
Peak
Right there
violation
at the end
time.
of Cody's lot.
Peak violation time was between 5 and 9 p.m. Perrin between Pearl and Ackerly, which I get a lot there too. 419. Observed, annual daily was 414. It's 25 through there. Average speed was 25. 5% of the vehicles was going 10 miles per hour. Peak time for violations was 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. South Street between Liberty and Cora. That's 25 through there. Average speed was 25. We have total number of vehicles was 625. Annual average was 560. And peak time for violations was 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. So that one was a little bit different. Todd Street by the school, 25 posted, 28 was the average, and 10% of the vehicles was going 10 miles per hour or less. Peak time for violations was 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So, I mean, they have it mapped, they have it things pretty good. If you want to look at it, you're more than welcome.
Did you do Raider Road?
They did not do Raider Road, I don't believe. No, they didn't send me anything on Raider Road. I did ask them for Raider Road.
Was Cooper Parent on there, sorry, or Oliver Parent?
Parent Avenue between Pearl and Ackerley.
Yep.
And Oliver between Liberty and Pearl. Yes. So, but no, they did not do.
Each one of those roads was like a 24-hour period, is that right? Like
Yes.
They were all different, there's a one street
Yeah,
that they moved.
they started June 24th, and they ended,
I thought the 23rd.
they've got them on June 23rd in certain areas. But they did it with just in a couple-day period. He had a really hard time getting, like I said, I asked for this a couple months ago. And I know this is their busy season with all the different road constructions and stuff that they're doing, so I'll have to say something to them to try to get them back out for Raider Road.
Is it possible if we get Raider Road that we get down here, just across the tracks?
On the end of Main?
Yeah, toward, going out 613, because that's where a lot of people, when they're coming, they hit the final, they get caught here to stop, and then from this point, they're
And then they just take off, yeah.
barrel,
Yeah, I've
and
got
then
a few
as
of
you
them.
get across the tracks, they're, they're,
Yeah.
so, racing for the carryout or something. And how often can this be done?
Just when they can fit it in,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to use it, but just
Right,
asking.
yeah.
If we looked at something, is it possible to get a copy of that data?
Yeah.
So we can maybe map it out, and that way we can check the points.
I have it electronically, I can just forward
Oh, do you?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Does
Yeah, that'd
everybody
be
want a
great.
copy?
Yeah.
Yep.
That could be something.
It is.
It's a document and a
There's
half.
a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Amy.
I didn't just want to run it off and kill those trees.
No, right. The only other one would be, at what part of Rady Road are you talking about? Are you talking?
From Hearthside to the track,
Oh, okay.
and from the track to.
I was
Yeah, I would say probably midpoint, if they're paying attention to the stop sign, I would say somewhere in there about midpoint between, maybe I'm wrong, but between the rail tracks and